Hey everyone, it's John here from Monty Hockey, back with another video. This video is on the Boston Bruins, and let's go through some potential moves here to create some space throughout the season. So to start the season, they'll have some flexibility, whether it's McAvoy, Marchand, whoever it is on LTIR. They'll have the space to do it. But now they've brought back Bergeron, they've brought back Krejci, they re-signed, or signed, I guess in general, as an RFA. They just acquired Pavel Zacha to a 1-year, $3.5 million deal. So pulling up some tweets, and I'll link one of the tweets in the description to give this guy a shout. I've seen some Bruins fans say, hey, you're bringing back the core, you're bringing back some legendary names, bring back Milan Lucic. I see this hot take. And you know what? There's a couple circumstances here. One, if you're Boston, you could reach out to Calgary and go, hey, we'll take Lucic, you retain 50%, and you have some more cap flexibility there, and you'll be able to maybe go for a bigger name like a Kadri. But if you're Boston too, having Lucic at $2.5 million, or having contracts go the other way. If you're Boston, I'm coming up with scenarios here where you can dump a Nick Foligno contract, or where you can move either Forbort or Mike Riley. I think the Bruins might want to move one of those guys to give Zaboral a really fair shot with maybe even Clifton. I think between Clifton, Mike Riley, and Forbort, you might have to move one of those guys. So it's going to be interesting. I think you can dump contracts. I have a dump video coming out as well. Like Boston, I've said, there's a few teams out there. Maybe go for uniting the Foligno brothers together. I don't know. I think there's a few scenarios here where if you're Boston, you try to dump whether it's the Foligno contract or one of those defense contracts and make a move here. And hey, if it's the hot take bringing Milan Lucic back to Boston, whether Calgary retains 50% on the last year of he has 1 year left, so that's what makes it realistic here. Or if Boston sends contracts back the other way and just bringing back Lucic, Boston will get cap space that way. So while on the surface they're over the cap right now, as I said, to start the season they'll have contracts, they'll have guys on LTIR, which will cover the cap, and they'll be able to start the season fine with what they've got right now. Just talking about their depth, because I want to talk about the Bruins in general, I'll keep having the conversations. Man, they could have a crazy top nine. I think however you line it up, Marchand, like healthy, this is healthy, Marchand, Hall, Zacha. You could have a check line of Zacha, Krejci, Pasta if you wanted, like up the middle, Bergeron, Krejci, Coyle, and then on the right side, Pasta, DeBrusk, and Smith. I mean, that's a stacked top nine when you're healthy. So the Bruins, I would say make a move like that. Dump Foligno, whether it's going after a guy with 1 year left. I've mentioned Dumba. Bringing back Lucic could be a hot take. But again, you have to dump contracts back the other way. So Foligno and Riley, Foligno and Forbort. I think some people like Forbort's role here, but hey, I think if you have a top four of McAvoy when he's healthy with Lindholm, and then Carlo with Grzelcyk, that's your top four. And honestly, you could get away with a Zaboral Clifton bottom pair. It's not the best thing ever, but clearly you could have a lot of flexibility if you don't have Forbort or Mike Riley there. And I think Bruins fans, I mean, I'd have to bring up the conversation, but I think they would much rather put their money towards a big-time stud versus having cap locked in the way they have it towards, like, Coyle, Mike Riley, Forbort, even Smith at times. Like, that cap could be going towards a big-time stud. So give me your thoughts, everyone, on the Boston Bruins. Would they bring back another former player? I'll even throw this out there, because if you guys haven't watched my Jets video I posted a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, what if the Boston Bruins went after a different former player in a Blake Wheeler? If the Jets took a couple contracts back, like I said, the Foligno or Forbort, could the Boston Bruins go after a Blake Wheeler? So that's another conversation there. Milan Lucic, Blake Wheeler, just a few Boston Bruins or former Boston Bruins that I feel like it could be a realistic sense if contracts go back the other way. So let me know your thoughts, guys. As I said, what could the Boston Bruins do? Create cap flexibility in the season, and maybe bring back some familiar faces. So hit the subscribe, as I said, hit the like, hit the notification bell, and I hope to see you guys more on the channel. Have a lot of fun, crazy takes, get some takes from Twitter from people, and just have a good time. Cheers.